All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, guys, we're going to be checking out some of the elemental stuff, some of the lightning stuff in today's video. And we're going to be focusing on Aurora and some of the stuff she's going to be getting with her elemental Runeblade package. And I've already done the Runeblade stuff, just the generic stuff. I've done Florian now. And I'm going to try to just do 2 more videos on these reviews because soon Rosetta will be, legal. It'll be released. It'll be out and all that good stuff. And we're going to then, once we get to that point and once the Talishar is completely up to date and it's all, standard constructed, everything's good to go, I want to start recording games, guys. So don't worry. I know some of this content might seem a little bit boring or tedious or whatever. But hey, we do need to see what the new cards do. So that's what we're doing, guys. All right, so in today's video, I will have everything time-stamped in the general description for all the different cards we're going over today. We're going to be focusing on the lightning stuff today. Excuse me. And then in the next video, I'll probably completely finish out with just the wizard stuff. Okay, the wizard and generic stuff. Okay, all right, let's get into this, guys. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and hop straight into this. First up, we have to talk about the hero. Aurora, Shooting Star. She has a once per turn instant to pay 2 resources and create an embodiment of lightning token. Activate this only if you've played a lightning card this turn, and she has Essence of Lightning, of course, and she's an elemental Runeblade hero. So getting the embodiment of lightning is actually really nice because, so it's interesting where Vaporize has to kind of focus on generating Go Again. Aurora is going to have to focus on generating rune chants or doing arcane damage in other ways, or who knows. I guess you don't necessarily have to do arcane damage as a Runeblade, but it is a part of the package, right? It does kind of come along with the package. So why wouldn't you capitalize on it, right? That's kind of the idea there. So again, like with Florian and Vaporize, they have the rune chant generation advantage, whereas Aurora has the Go Again advantage. So I guess running a deck like Aurora, you probably won't need so much the Mauvrian Skies type of assistance, right? That whole entire Go Again setup, because you have it built into your hero. So that should be interesting. I can't wait to see what people do with building this hero. I have not put a lot of time into it, to be completely fair. I've only been focusing on Vaporize. I've got a list that I've been working on. It's kind of almost done. It still needs some work. I'll show it off soon, but probably about a week or 2 once Rosetta is officially released. Because like I said, I do want to get some games in on Talishar and go about things that way. But hey, having Go Again built in like this with embodiment of lightning access could be very strong. It does cost 2 to do this, so I think the way that she'll play is very much built on setup where it's like, okay, I'm going to kind of just poke you this turn for 4 or 7, some type of break point, maybe even hit you for 1 or 2 arcane. And then I'm just going to, pass turn, pay 2 at the end of turn to create this embodiment of lightning token, because you do have to have played a lightning card this turn in order to do it, right? And then you'll just arsenal something and set up for the next turn being like a really big turn, maybe to go wide or something like that. We'll have to see. This looks interesting. It doesn't really strike me as a Runeblade, but I can see what they're going to do with it. I'm sure some of the cards we look at today will explain that even more. All right, let's keep going. There we go. So the weapon for Aurora, I guess it's not technically locked to Aurora, but she's pretty much the only one that can use it currently. It's a lightning Runeblade weapon. It is a once per turn action, pay 1 to attack. It hits for 1 physical, but if you've played a lightning card this turn, this card gets +1 and Go Again. So there you go. I think that's going to be a very common theme, a very, very common theme for Aurora is just Go Again, Go Again, Go Again, go very wide, tax your opponent's hand, and then maybe sling in a few arcane damage here and there to finish things out, if possible. But I do like this. Let me say this. I like this weapon better than I like the hero. And it's not that I dislike Aurora. It's just when I think of a Runeblade, something that's attractive to me in the game is I like the rune chant generation. That's what I really love. Is like I want to hit every turn, like mentally, like in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, every single turn, I want to hit for like 4 physical and then 4 arcane. Like I want to somehow split it in that way. Not exact numbers. I'm just saying like somewhere around those values where it's like, man, this damage keeps the damage keeps sneaking through What are they going to do to keep up? Like that's like my logic on it. I just love the hybridized the hybrid damage. And with Aurora, it looks like she'll probably have that, because I think we're about to look this move arc. Excuse me, this action arc lightning we're about to look at is an Aurora specialization, so she'll have that ability to ping them as well. But I just want to say this real quick: Starfall, I'm a huge fan of, whereas the embodiment of lightning stuff, I'm not as big a fan of. I get it; it's thematic, you know, it goes with the theme. I totally understand, but I'm just saying it's not really my preference. So, but yeah, you know. Teach their own, right? Everyone has their own preferences and styles. So with Arc Lightning here, this is our first action we're going over today. It is a yellow, so it pitches for 2, costs 0, has Go Again built in. It is an Aurora specialization that blocks for 2, Lightning Runeblade action. Whenever you go again this turn, deal 1 arcane damage to any target. The next action card you play this turn gets Go Again. Okay, so you're going to be able to, and it says whenever you gain, or whenever you go again, excuse me, whenever you go again this turn, you're going to deal 1 arcane damage to any target. So, hey, right away, we're playing this down, okay, and then we're going again. So I believe this should ping on the very first instance, right? So, hey, we start our turn off with this, and boom, we're going to pop them for 1. I can see where, like, the entire, how do I say this? Like, the allure for Aurora is going to be all built around these super wide turns with Arc Lightning, where you have this ability to like maybe you'll arsenal this card and then wait for a turn where you can just pop off with an embodiment of lightning token and things like that. Well, I don't know. That doesn't help as much, but y'all get my point. The point is, okay, we play out this card, we start blasting through, and just go again. If we get like 3 or 4 go agains, you just pinged 1 damage 3 or 4 times. Now, it is the traditional rune chant style, deal 1 arcane damage. So, I will say this, pitching 1 blue for the turn, like when they go Arc Lightning, if you can pitch a blue, you're probably going to negate most of this card's effect, which is not a bad thing. You know, I mean, that's, you know, you'd hope you don't want the card to be broken, right? You know, there needs to be some kind of counterplay, but that's like what's going through my head right now. It's like, okay, I'm going to pitch 1 blue, start negating some of the arcane stuff, and this turn I'll start using my armor accordingly. That's kind of what goes through my mind at first. We'll have to see how the deck evolves and see what happens with it. But the next action card you play this turn gets Go Again. I'm sure that will come in very handy. So we will keep that in mind for this, you know, as we're going through these cards. And of course, like we just looked at, we did already see Starfall. This has Go Again as well if you've played another Lightning card. So you could literally start your turn off. Well, actually, you wouldn't want to start your turn off with like Arc Lightning plus Starfall, because this is going to... Well, no, it does say the next action card you play this turn gets Go Again. So you should be able to go, okay, if you wanted to, Arc Lightning, Starfall, and then go into whatever you have to from there, because you played a Lightning card this turn in the Arc Lightning. Okay, very cool. All right, next up we have Vaporize and Shock. Okay, I really like the look of this card. It's one of the meld cards. It's a 0 cost. It is an instant, so there's no block value. Instantly, it can deal 1 arcane damage to any target, and that's 0. So that's actually very powerful, right? So you're able to just do that for free. But then you also have this. Destroy an aura permanent with cost X or less, and or up to X aura tokens, where X is the total arcane damage you've dealt to opposing heroes this turn. So if they tried to get greedy, and they tried to you know, I guess against someone who has auras or aura tokens, yeah, because this destroys an aura permanent with cost X or less, and or up to X aura tokens, where X is the total arcane damage you've dealt to opposing heroes this turn. So I guess it's kind of like a tech card, because I don't think all... I know I run a ton of auras because I'm a Viscerai main, right? And I'm also a Prism, you know, that's kind of like my secondary character, or my secondary hero. But the thing is this. Other than those two, there's probably not a lot of aura stuff going on. Like, of course, there's Enigma. Of course, there's, what's the name? Gosh, it slipped my mind. We got Prism, Enigma. Well, no, that's probably it, like, currently, because, you know, Dromai's gone. That's an illusionist who might have dealt with some auras. But generally speaking, that's probably about it. And then you've got your rune stuff. There might be a few others that slipped my mind. But you guys get my point. I think this is going to be more of like a tech card. We'll have to see how this one goes. But it looks really awesome. I like this Shock one over here. It looks really cool. And hey, just 0, deal 1. We just did a Lightning, you know, we just did a Lightning card for the turn. That's going to turn on our... Oops. Hang on, there we go. That turns on our effect here. activate this only if you've played a lightning card this turn. So as soon as we do something like Vaporize here, or excuse me, or Shock, okay, we've played a lightning card, so now we're off to the races, excuse me. Okay. Now, this card is insanely awesome. Like, this card is just absolutely awesome. I really like this one. It is a 0-cost Runeblade action and lightning instant. Burn up, shock, it blocks for 3. The next time an attack you control hits a hero this turn, deal 4 arcane damage to them, and this has go again. And then the lightning instant side says deal 1 arcane damage to any target. And notice what Meld says, guys. You may play one or both halves of this card, each cost 0. So yeah, I mean, it's just a good way to start your turn. You're going to ping them down for 1. Do they want to start blocking out early or what? And then on top of that, like I was already saying, if you can somehow combo this in with a turn with Arclight, goodness gracious, guys. Like, this becomes a very powerful interaction at that point. I'm not saying you want to play it in that order, like just go Arclight and then this. I'm not saying that. But like, if you can somehow... Okay, one thing that's very interesting about this one for me is the Spellbound Creeper interaction. Hang on. The next time an attack you control hits a hero this turn, deal 4 arcane. Yeah, there's going to be some fun stuff there, I think, guys. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. I think I did mention this in a previous video, but it seems like something's just waiting to be broken there. It seems very good. We'll have to see how rulings work, though, too, with all this stuff, like this being a Runeblade action and lightning. We'll have to see what happens. But hey, this card looks awesome, man. Burn up, yeah, it's just completely frying and looks awesome. Okay, let's keep going. Down to the lightning stuff. We will cover, like I said, the Acilio and generic stuff. The wizard and generic stuff we will cover later, guys. We'll cover that in the next video. All right, here we go. Lightning Greaves. So this is a... Let me zoom in some. Let's see if this works, guys. Y'all bear with me for a second. Oh, that's much better. Yeah, that looks much better. Okay, Lightning Greaves. We've got a lightning equipment. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Lightning Greaves is a lightning equipment legs. Check out this picture. Very nice. Instant, pay 1 resource, right? Destroy this. Instant cards you play this turn get go again. Okay, I guess that's for comboing to go crazy with your turns that are like, you know, when you play out that Arc Lightning specialization card for Aurora. But otherwise, it does have Battle Worn 1. So when you block for 1, if this defended, put a -1 counter on it, and it's still fine. And then it has Arcane Barrier 1 as well. So it kind of just has very, very high utility. This will probably be an auto-include versus any other Runeblade. If you're playing against Viserai, you know, Mirror Match, whatever, because you have the Battle Worn, so you still can block and not lose your piece of, your piece of equipment. And then on top of that, it has Arcane Barrier 1 just built in. So this is an incredible, absolutely incredible piece of equipment. Very solid. Okay, let's keep going. Very versatile too, how it can also like double over and help out on on offense by giving all your instants go again for huge Arc Lightning damage turns. Okay, Flash of Brilliance. When this defends, you may discard a lightning card. If you do, return an aura you control to its owner's hand. Okay, very cool. This is and it has Blade Break 1. You'll probably want something else here. I'm trying to think. When this defends, you may discard a lightning card. If you do, return an aura you control to its owner's hand. What about if it's a rune chant? Is that even a thing, guys? I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't want to brainstorm it too much. Would that just make it go away? If you return an aura you control to its owner's hand. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. This seems very interesting. I love the picture, by the way that crown is with the lightning going around it. That is really cool. I'm sorry, guys. I am going to look this up over on the side real quick. I'm not trying to... I don't ever edit my videos. You guys are just getting a 100% raw take here, or like a 100%, like live reaction type of thing here. I just want to see something real quick. Yeah, a rune chant is an aura. So would you be able to... I'm so confused by that. When this defends, you may discard a lightning card. If you do, return an aura you control to its owner's hand. It is something you control, so why would you want to bounce back a rune chant? Maybe that's the idea. I don't know. I'll keep this one in mind as we're going through. Because let me see something real quick. Let's go back up. That's a macro. No, and that's a Lightning Blade action. Lightning Runeblade action. Maybe it's so you can get... Additional effects. We'll have to keep our eye on that as we're going through all these. Because here's an aura over here, the Channel Lightning Valley. I'm going to go through them real quick, just reading the bottom so we can keep it in mind when we're doing this for potential combos in the future. Sigil of Lightning. At the beginning of your action phase, destroy this. When this leaves the arena, create embodiment of lightning token. But why would you want to do that? Maybe for a blue. Maybe you can return this aura back. We'll go over this more in just a second, guys. But this seems like a very technical, excuse me, a very technical interaction. You guys tell me what y'all think in the comments section below for how this might interact with other cards. Okay, we got Twinkle Toes. I really like this picture here with these shoes. These look really fancy, really cool looking shoes. They block for 0. They're lightning equipment legs. And they're instant. Destroy this. Prevent the next 2 damage that would be dealt to you this turn. Activate this only if you've played an instant card this turn. Okay, so a little bit of like this is like your common version. You know, this is your common pair of shoes for the lightning equipment. Pretty cool, not bad. We won't spend too much time on this, but hey, if you've played an instant, you can prevent 2 damage. That's damage prevention's usually pretty good, right, guys? Usually pretty good. Okay. Let's pick up the pace a little bit now that we've gotten through the equipment and the hero and the equipment stuff. Let's pick up the pace now. So current funnel, this is a 0 cost, pitches for blue. It attacks for 2, blocks for 3, lightning action attack. If the last action card you played this turn was lightning, this and the next action card you play this turn gets go again. Okay, so go again. Again, this is going to be a major theme, and this one is a majestic rarity, and it's only in blue. So that is actually very interesting to me, because it only hits for 2. So, and the same thing with the weapon, right? If you've turned on the weapon, fully, you're hitting for 2s, hitting for 2s, hitting for 2s, go again, go again, go again, go again. Very, very annoying little 2 damage pings here and there, and probably some arcane damage along the way. It seems pretty good. It seems pretty good. All right, let's keep going. We got Eclectic Magnetism. Okay, this costs 1, and it hits for 5, blocks for 3. When this attacks, you may play a non-attack action card, this chain link, as though it were an instant. When this attacks, you may play a non-attack action card, this chain link, as though it were an instant. So, I mean, I wonder if you'll be able to play out Burn Them All with this, because even though that is an instant, it's also a non-attack action card, correct? Let me see something. Yeah, this is a non-attack Runeblade action card, and it'll make it where if this hits, you'll be able to deal 4. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be like a great interaction or anything, but who knows? Who knows? Overall, though, it's a 1 for 5, blocks for 3, and yeah, it does not have go again. So finally, we're starting to see things that don't have go again that we can combo all of our go again with, right? Because we saw the stuff from up above that we already looked at, like some of the cards from earlier, and then we also see this one that's giving go again. It's like, okay, finally, starting to see cards that actually can benefit from go again that don't actually already have go again on them. So I really like this. Picture's incredible, by the way. And it's interesting. It looks like they did Fire Mage, Water Mage, Arcane Mage. That's kind of the vibe I get from these 3 portals. You got fire here, water here, and like some kind of purple vortex. Really cool stuff. Great looking picture. This seems like a very solid card. But here's the thing. All right, when this attacks, you may play a non-attack action card, this chain link, as though it were an instant. Okay, yes. So here's the thing. So you're attacking, and now you're going to be able to play a non-attack action card, this chain link, as though it were an instant. So you would be able to do what I was saying, I'm pretty sure, or any other kind of effect that could potentially buff the card up. Maybe this will be something you can combo with like a non-attack action card. I'll have to take a look at some of those, but I feel like there's even something. Let me see something real quick. Going down to the Runeblade stuff. Your next Runeblade attack this turn. Well, see, then it's not your next, is it? So that's going to be very interesting to try to mess around with. We'll have to keep our eyes open for something that this could like really break. And if you guys can think of anything, by all means, tell me in the comment section below. Okay, Gone in a Flash. This is a 0 cost, attacks for 4, blocks for 3. When this attacks, the next time you play an instant card, this chain link, you may return this to its owner's hand. Okay, this seems extremely important for what we're doing. I'm just going to tell you guys right now, this card right here seems extremely important. And now all of a sudden we have an incredible card for something like Current Funnel, where we can go, all right, play this out for 0, go in for 2. The next action card's going to get go again, right? So now we're coming in for 4, and then we're going to, and this has go again, right? Because of something like Current Funnel. Now we'll follow this up with I don't know, some type of attack from the sword. Hang on. This attacks next time you play an instant. No, that we'll have to do some type of instant in between there, you know, or after there, excuse me, and push this back to our hand and go from there. Yeah, this seems like a very technical card, but I think this one has a very high end, okay, very high top end amount of damage it's going to be able to push out. Because there might even be a game plan. We'll have to see how things go, guys. We don't know anything yet, right? Nothing's live just yet. But when this attacks, the next time you play an instant card, this Chain Link, you may return this to its owner's hand. So maybe this is a card you just keep bouncing back to your hand to put into the arsenal at the end of every turn. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you have to be careful from things like what's it called? Command and Conquer, of course. But hey, if you're running 3 of these in your deck, whenever you see these, you hold on to them until you see the next one, and then you just keep funneling them back as much as you can with these instants. This would be kind of cool, very technical, but I bet it has a very, like I said, I bet this has a very high top end amount of damage it could potentially do. The amount of value, I should say. Value is probably a better word for it. Okay, very cool looking card here. Channel Lightning Valley. I think this was one of the earlier spoilers, but this is it pitches for yellow. It is a 0-cost lightning instant aura. Channel Lightning Valley. The first time you deal deal damage, not arcane. The first time you deal damage to an opposing hero each turn, draw a card. Channel Lightning. At the beginning of your end phase, put a flow counter on this. Then destroy it unless you put a lightning card from your pitch zone on the bottom of your deck for each flow counter on it. So maybe this is something we can combo with Flash of Brilliance, maybe. All right, so we end up defending out and kind of just resetting the Channel Lightning Valley, counter, so we can actually keep paying for it. Maybe that's the idea here. Return an aura you control to its owner's hand. At the beginning of your end phase, put a flow counter on this. Then destroy it unless you put a lightning card from your pitch zone on the bottom of your deck for each flow counter on it. So yeah, maybe that is something we can do where it's like, okay, the first time we can pay for it, no problem, but if we deal, hang on. The first time you deal damage to an opposing hero each turn, draw a card. At the beginning of your end step, put a flow counter. Yeah, so maybe this is something you'll be able to push back to your hand when the flow counters become too much for you to deal with, and then you can just play it out again because it's instant speed, right? Or you can pitch it for yellow. There's other options as well, like if you need a 5-card turn. So there's some potential there. Okay, we got High Voltage here. This is a 0-cost blue lightning instant. This is a Majestic as well. Amp 1. The next time you would deal arcane damage this turn, instead deal that much, +1. So, very nice. Pitches for blue. It does not have a block value, but this is not a card you would typically want to block with, right? This is something you'd want to amp with. This is something you'd want to pitch and get value from it in that way. Seems very good, though. Seems very strong. Blast to Oblivion. We have a 0-cost that hits for 4, blocks for 2, and when this attacks, the next time you play an instant card, this Chain Link, you may return target aura permanent with cost 1 or less, or target aura token to its owner's hand. And aura token ceases to exist. Okay, so there was my question from earlier. And aura token ceases to exist. I was going to say with Rune Chance, it just doesn't make sense. Okay, but Lightning, this one we were just looking at over here, Channel Lightning Valley, hey, this is something we could bounce back, right? So we can keep getting this draw card value from it, I think. We'll have to see how it goes. That might not be very practical things make a lot of sense on paper sometimes, but in practice, they end up not being very good at all. So that's something we do at least have to keep our eye on as we're messing around these cards and trying new things out. But hey, I'll tell you what, this art for this set has just been outrageously good. I know I sound like a broken record, but look at this one, guys. Look at the lightning coming out from the back there. That source of light pushing everything forward looks really good. Excellent. Now, this one, by the way, is a red, yellow, and blue. So it's got the full rainbow. It can hit for 2, 3, or 4, depending on what you have. It does only block for 2, but I have a feeling, I could be wrong, but I have a feeling that the Lightning Elemental Runeblade stuff is probably not going to be super defensive, right? Because it's going to be able to have such a high offensive capability. If it can also be super defensive, that'd be kind of broken, right? So, hey, seeing all these block for 2s, it makes a lot of sense, I will say. In fact, I kind of see that as a Runeblade thing, like maybe not a Earth Runeblade per se, like what Florian will be, but when it comes to the Lightning Runeblade and just standard Runeblades, yeah, I mean, being more offensive than defensive makes a lot of sense to me personally. Okay, so we got a Lightning form here, or this Lightning action attack is called Lightning Form. It costs 1, it attacks for 5, blocks for 2, and if this hits, or when this hits, create an Embodiment of Lightning token. Okay. So 1 for 5, 4 or 3. It does come in all 3 colors, and it seems very, very powerful. Okay. Electromagnetic Somersault. This is a 0-cost lightning instant. Choose up to 2 action cards with cost 0 or more on the active chain link. 0 or more for the red one. So for the yellow, it is 1 or more, and for blue, it is 2 or more. Okay, so choose up to 2 attack action cards with cost 0 or more on the active chain link. Return them to their owner's hands when the chain link resolves. Okay, choose up to 2 attack action cards with cost 0 or more on the active chain link. So can that be defensively as well? Like say you block out with 2 attack action cards. In fact, I feel like I saw this happen when I was watching the world premiere finals down in Tampa Bay. No, I wasn't there, watching it on stream. Spoiler warning, skip forward about 20 seconds if you don't want to hear a spoiler. But it was Michael Hamilton versus Oswald. I think that was the guy's name, right? Evan Oswald or Oswald. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I do apologize with the name there. But and I believe Michael Hamilton did use this in the way I just said, where he blocked for 2 and then Electromagnetic Somersault the 2 blocked cards back to his hand, and then he was able to use that on offense on the next turn. The card seems very good. It's just a rare. It does come in red, yellow, and blue. This could potentially be an incredible card. That's one thing I will say. Yes, it does give information as to what's in your hand, but who cares, right? Like that might, if this is going to work the way I just said it does, like if it does work the way that I was suggesting, then it seems very, very powerful. Lightning instant. Excuse me. Choose up to 2 attack action cards with cost 0 or more on the active chain link. So then you could also do that as well, right? Like offensively, if you needed to, right? Someone tell me in the comment section below, guys, if you attack with 2 cards, up to 2 attack action cards, let's just say you do that, and then you Electromagnetic Somersault, and then in the chain link, like, and let's just say you had Go Again. Let's just pretend we had Go Again for this example. Would you be able to do that? I think so. So someone help me out if I'm off, but that seems really, really powerful. Okay, next up we have Sigil of Conductivity. I have looked at this one before. Really cool. It costs 0. It's a lightning instant aura, Arcane Shelter 1. If you would be dealt arcane damage, destroy this to prevent 1 of that damage. And then it has... Now, it does say if you would be dealt arcane damage, destroy this. It's not a you may, right? So you do have to do this just like how Ward is, I believe. Someone correct me on that if I'm wrong as well. But it says when this leaves the arena, create an embodiment of lightning token. It does pitch for blue, but it has no block value. It is an aura, so maybe there's something to that. Like maybe when this leaves the arena, create an embodiment of lightning token. So that is something we'd be able to combo Flash of Brilliance with as well, right? So let's just say, we played that out. We play it out. We block with this. When this defends, you may discard a lightning card. If you do, return an aura you control to its owner's hand. So we'll pull that back to our hand, the Sigil of Conductivity. It leaves the arena, create embodiment of lightning, and we can go about things from that way. And now we have a pitch for blue in our hand as well. So there's definitely some shenanigans, some tomfoolery, some trickery that can be had there. Very good stuff. Flittering Charge. This comes in blue, yellow, and red. This is a 0-cost attack for 4, block for 2. If you've played an instant card this chain link, this gets Go Again. Okay. Well, we've seen a lot of instant support from Lightning, and I can tell instant's going to be a big thing for Lightning. It's on theme, right? Like Lightning hits so fast, it's like instantaneous, right? I get what's going on there. So this should be pretty easy to pull off, right? This should be very easy to pull off. So cost 0. Again, guys, if you've played an instant card this chain link, this gets Go Again. So my question is, okay, Flittering Charge. With the meld cards, does anyone know how the meld cards work perfectly? Like, I haven't looked up the full rulings on them or anything like that. But would I be able to play out this shock instant? And since I've played this out, would I be able to use the Runeblade action with it? It's very confusing to me. I'm not exactly sure. Would I only be able to activate the lightning instant since that is like the only legal target that can be used at this stage? I can't use a Runeblade action in that way since I'm using my attack. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comment section below if you know. Really cool stuff. Okay, I've got a lot of questions today, guys. I do not run Elemental, and I had no plan of running Lightning, but I at least wanted to check these cards out. But overall, guys, this card seems very strong. 0 for 4, potentially has Go Again. Seems good. It does only block for 2, but hey, like I said, I think that's probably for balance purposes. Speaking of blocks for 2, this one blocks for 0, okay? Fry is a 0 cost block for 0, attack for 3 with Go Again. Interesting. Okay, it's just a lightning attack action card, 0 for 3, Go Again. All right. Does not have any block value. They couldn't have given it a 1. That's one thing I've been wanting to say for a while, guys. I wish that, like, auras blocked for 1. Like, I wish they had the ability to block for 1 or something. I know, like, people are saying, like, yeah, but for balance reasons, I get it. I'm just saying, though, like, having just 3s and 2s for block values on standard cards, I wish instead of being, like, a Pearl or a 0, at least give it a 1. You know what I mean? Because sometimes that's all it takes to win a game is just getting that 1 extra block or that 1 extra damage, you know? So, but anyway, 0 for 3, Go Again. It's not horrible, right? It's pretty annoying. I always think the yellow ones might be the best one because it pitches for 2. They block for 0, but it's a 0 for 2 Go Again, and it can pitch for 2 as well. This one could be really nice in Aurora. Same thing with blue, just hitting him for 1 because we're just trying to go again, right? That's kind of the whole theme here is we just want to go as wide as we can. Okay, next up we have Heaven's Claws. This is a 1 for 5 that blocks for 3. Lightning attack action. Okay, so this is basically your vanilla lightning attack action. Costs 1, attacks for 5, blocks for 3. And then it has red, yellow, and blue. So very good stuff there. I won't comment too much on that. It's just a generic, you know, like vanilla card as far as this game goes. Okay, at least for that theme, right? So Lightning Surge, this is a 0 for 4 that blocks for 2. If this was played from Arsenal, it gets Go Again. Okay, not bad. Again, for the setup turns, I think this card's probably going to be pretty good. Because I think this is one of those cards like, okay, I'm just going to put this in Arsenal. Like I said, you know, you're just going to pitch. Maybe you'll like deal like 3 or 4 damage in a turn. And you're just going to set up for the next turn where you put this card in your Arsenal. You pay 2, get an embodiment of lightning, pass the turn, draw up to 4. Counter out very, very, you know, frugal, in a very frugal way. Frugally, I was going to say. But no, in a very frugal way. We're like, okay, yeah, I'm just not going to block. Okay, now, my turn. Here we go, embodiment of lightning, and just start going absolutely ham, you know, follow up with this lightning surge and just, you know, back to back, deal 4, deal 4, deal 4, deal 4, all the way down the line. Seems really good. Okay, next up we have Second Strike. Second Strike, this is a 0 cost that deals 3 and blocks for 2, but it has when this attacks, if you've dealt damage this turn, this gets +1 and Go Again. So when this attacks, if you've dealt damage this turn, this gets +1 attack and Go Again. Okay, this seems like more like 0 for 4 with Go Again type stuff, right? That seems like the common theme here they're trying to pull off. And hey, seems good. Seems solid. Really, really cool picture. But yeah, it's a 0 for 3 that, you know, excuse me, it's a 0 cost attack that attacks for 3 and blocks for 2. That's already like, it's a little under rate, but it could potentially be a 0 for 4 with Go Again with the correct setup. And it seems like you're going to be able to get that setup off very frequently, like very, yeah, it's going to happen all the time. And if people do not respect your damage, where you're hitting people with damage, all of a sudden you're just going to punish them all the more. Seems really good. Trip the Light Fantastic. Trip the Light Fantastic. What very interesting name. This is a 1 cost that attacks for 5 and blocks for 2. It does come in red, yellow, and blue. It's got the full rainbow. And then instant discard this. Prevent the next 2 damage that would be dealt to you this turn. Okay, so it seems like this is just a really solid utility card. Excuse me. It is a 1 cost that deals 5, and it has extra utility to just instant pitch, you know, or excuse me, instant discard this to prevent 2 damage. And it still blocks for 2 as well. I think this is a great card. I think this is a very solid, you know, versatility utility card. Really good. All right, let's keep going, guys. We're almost done. We're almost done. Don't worry. Trying to make trying to stay on a good pace here. So Flash, this comes in red, yellow, and blue as well. It is a 0 cost lightning action, blocks for 2. It is not an attack. It is just an action. The next action card you play this turn with a cost of 0 or more gets Go Again, and then Go Again. So Flash seems like a very good setup card for some of your go wide turns. Really cool. Not a whole lot to talk about this one. Red, yellow, and blue, it goes with cost 0 or more, cost 1 or more, and then cost 2 or more. So really good stuff there. Okay, now we've got Electrostatic Discharge. This comes in red, yellow, and blue as well. 0 cost, lightning instant. The next attack action card you play this turn with cost 1 or less gets +3. Okay, seems good. Buffing. Excuse me. It is at instant speed, and it says the next attack action card you play this turn. So there's a little bit of technicality with the attacking timing there. But hey, buffing an attack by 3 is no joke. We got a red, yellow, and blue one. They each go down by 1 as you go down the color. And, you know, overall, this one seems a little bit gimmicky because I feel like if you're trying to set things up like this, like maybe you just, I feel like you just load up the slogisms. Well, I guess it depends what you're trying to do, right? Maybe, is it nimblism or slogism? I can't remember. I don't know. Just whatever it is. Maybe even there's an Arcanite one as well. Hang on one second, guys. I do have to... Y'all give me 1 second. There's another one, Oath of the Arcanite. It's like you almost just want to play that, but it does cost 2. You know, Oath of the Arcanite costs 2, but your next Runeblade attack action card this turn, or excuse me, your next Runeblade attack this turn gets +3, and you'll create a rune chant and it has Go again, and it blocks for 3. Just a slightly different variation of what's going on here. But it is still very different, right? Because it costs 2. This costs 0. This one's the other one, the Oath of the Arcanite, is a Runeblade action. This is a Lightning instant. So it all depends on what you're trying to go for. But a very cool card otherwise. And then last but not least, we have Sigil of Lightning. This is another Lightning instant aura. 0 cost, pitches for blue, doesn't have a block because it's an instant. At the beginning of your action phase, destroy this. When this leaves the arena, create an embodiment of Lightning token. So again, at the beginning of your action phase, destroy this. So this goes back to some tricks you probably could do with the Electromagnetic Somersault. No, not this one. Flash of Brilliance. Excuse me, Flash of Brilliance. Where it's like, okay, I'm just going to Flash of Brilliance to block your card out this turn when I already have my what's it called? My Sigil of Lightning down. I will block with Flash of Brilliance and bring it back to my hand so I can do it again next turn or pitch for blue if I need to. And look what it does. When this leaves the arena, I'm going to create an embodiment of Lightning token. It's very similar to the Sigil of Conductivity, which also, you know, when this leaves the arena, creates an embodiment of Lightning token. But this one has Arcane Shelter 1, whereas, you know, this one's probably the best thing to use against, you know, hang on. Yeah, this is off Arcane damage. So this is just a constant target for you to pull back. Well, not constant, because you can only use this one time, right? It does have Blade Break. But this is like a, you know, one of those cards you can for sure pull back to your hand, no problem, and be able to pop stuff if you're playing against someone who does not have arcane damage. But at the same time, then you probably wouldn't want to run this. But whatever the case is, it is a nice way to create, to create embodiment of Lightning tokens. All right, that's it, guys. That's it for the Lightning stuff. We're almost done with all the spoilers. We've already gone over all the Runeblade stuff. I will link that down in the comments section below. I've also gone over all of the Earth stuff now. Now, the next video I do, I'll probably finish out on, you know, Acilio, of course, and anything I might have missed up here. We'll finish that out, and then we'll go all the way down to the bottom here. We'll deal with the wizard stuff, and I'll try to also knock out all of the others, you know, all the other stuff, the generics and some of the class-specific stuff and things like that. Whew, look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. That Rosetta Thorn, that thing is beautiful. But yeah, anyway, okay. I'm done. Done rambling. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please do not forget to like and subscribe if you have not already. If you guys have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please do not hesitate to put them down in the comment section below. If I missed anything, please help me out down there as well. All right, guys. Again, hope y'all enjoyed. I will probably be putting out one more video on this, like I said, finishing up the wizard and the generic stuff and the class-specific stuff down here in my next video. And then following that, Rosetta should finally be live and ready to go. And at that point, I plan on starting to do, you know, more gameplay type stuff where it's, you know, not quite as, you know, I don't want to say boring, but you guys know what I'm thinking, right? Because, you know, when you're just reading through the cards, it can be kind of boring. Let's see some gameplay. Let's talk about some footage and stuff like that, okay? Don't worry, that's coming. You got to be patient with me. You got to bear with me. We're getting there soon. All right, that's it, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed. And, yeah, till next time. Peace.